All right, gentlemen, I got another relationship coach who's going to educate us on the realities of divorce.
So you probably noticed a lot of people in their 30s getting divorced lately. Now, a majority of my clients are women, but I will say this. They are very consistent across the board as to why they are getting a divorce.
Well, I already know why that is, but let's hear your theory.
And I pretty much have a theory to what has caused this to happen. Growing up, we were told as women to sit down and be quiet.
Here we go.
Do what the man says. And we were really just told that, oh, marriage is hard. Suck it up.
Wait, marriage is hard? Who knew? I thought marriage was a cakewalk because, that's what all the women's magazines and Disney movies have portrayed for 100 years now? I mean, my God, you have to actually put some effort in.
Men were told, don't talk about your feelings. They don't matter. Go to work and come home and provide.
Now, on that point, we 100% agree. And guess what? Women are still telling us that to this day.
So what this created was a lot of women 30s and up who don't even have an identity because they don't know who they are other than being a mom and a wife.
I'm just going to stop here for a moment and point out one obvious factor that I'm sure won't be mentioned. Who's raising all these girls? Oh, right, single mothers.
They were really told not to even be themselves, to be all these other identities that people wanted them to be.
All right, now we got to wait a minute here. You're using 30-year-olds as your illustration, which means they would have been born in the late 80s, early 90s. And I hate to break it to you, but I was around then. And the message being given to girls was, you go, girl, you're powerful, you strong. You can do anything. And it's the same message my 3 daughters, all of whom, by the way, are in the age group you're talking about, received from me and everyone else.
Then it created a lot of men who are completely incapable of having a mature conversation or communicating correctly because they don't know how to process their emotions or even talk about them.
It's not that men are incapable of it, it's that they choose not to. And why? Because they've been told from the minute they were born to sit down, shut up, suck it up, and man up. And they also know the minute they show an emotion, it'll be weaponized against them.
So they just hold them in and it comes out in anger and they end up gaslighting you.
So a man who shows an emotion is angry and gaslighting you. And you wonder why we don't show any emotion.
Take them finding their true self and identity in their 30s and add that to men who are still the same. You have one person changing and growing and you have somebody else who is still unwilling to admit they need to change.
And there you have it, gentlemen. It's 100% men's fault. Women are perfect. We're utter failures. And this is a relationship coach telling us that. All right, gentlemen, as I always say, getting into relationships or getting married, that's entirely up to you. But do so with your eyes wide open. But be aware that you have relationship coaches like this teaching women that they're perfect. Men, not so much. And setting completely unrealistic expectations, which is the real reason for the divorce rate. And it's why I say, if you're going to get in a relationship, do so with your eyes wide open, because the odds are you're never going to meet her expectations. And there's a very good chance she's going to take everything you got.